it, show me some respect. Yeah, I'm a dawn and they know it. I'm giving you a shot, show up, don't blow it. If I'm in my zone, don't stop me flowing. Gotta give me a moment, I'm a star, let me show it. Some people say I'm too far gone, but I'm right where I belong. They can't help but see me shine. I'm hella fly and my money long. Everybody wanna tag along. I'ma be that girl till I die.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner, Andre Anderson. We are all set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between the homestanding Montgomery College Raptors and the visitors from Hagerstown, the Hawks. And Andre, Raptors need this one. They dropped the opener 12-4.
Yeah, it's time for a bounce-back game for them. I know they're probably excited to have the chance to play another game right after so they can try and get the win. Let's see what happens.
All right, we are underway. On the mound for the Raptors is Marisa Dollar. Catching is Cloutier. First base, Flores. Second base, Acuna. Shortstop is, can't read my own writing. Shortstop is Miller. Third base, Lynn. Blackwood in right and left, Zoker in center, and Wigan Lash in right. And leading off for Hagerstown is Higgins. Higgins had a big game in the first game. She was on every time up. And was really the catalyst. She did exactly what a leadoff hitter is supposed to do. She got on base literally every time. 2 walks, 2 singles, and a double.
And a pop fly that seems to be going out of bounds. Also, can we shout out that the video that led off this whole production, the intro
beautiful
video? Very well done by Mr. Dan Rankin. And I think that was one of his favorite songs, the Hot Girl song.
Well, I would expect that to be one of his favorite
that's what
songs.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, because he's a hot guy, so, you know. You know, when the young girls see Dan walking by, they go, man, it's hot guy summer. And fly out to center field. Boy, she got a lot of that one, but Zoker gathered it in easily. Yep, Dan Rankin, he's just a magnet. Emmy Award winner, hot guy.
Paragon Award as well.
Paragon Award. Oh, there's a. That's going down the line. It's going all the way to the wall. She's going for 3. This is Berman, and she has a stand-up triple. So a triple for Berman, right down the first base line. Here's a look at it, Andre.
Yeah, great. Oh,
just inside the base.
She was almost there to get it at first base, but that was a great hit, perfectly placed. She's on third already.
Yep, and that brings up Diebert. Diebert pitched the opener for Hagerstown. Also had a couple of RBIs, scored a run, had a triple in the first game. So she really contributed to Hagerstown's win in the first game in a big way. So runner on third, 1 out. Top of the first of game 2.
Oh,
foul ball.
Just try to check that swing.
Now Dollar, the pitcher for the Raptors, this is her 5th appearance of the season. She started 3 games. She's pitched 15 innings. And there's a line drive.
Wow, what a catch.
Flores with a great grab, took it right off the top of Here, let's take a look at it.
Oh my! Wow. That was all reflex and instinct.
Yep.
That's something you're born with, you know.
So Diebert is out, and that brings up Gutteridge. And Gutteridge had a very strong first game. 3 hits and a walk. 2 walks, rather. 3 hits and 2 walks. Drove in a couple. So,
yeah, this is a better stuff for MC as well. They already had 2 outs, 2 strikes.
there's a pop foul. It is a overcast day. The wind has really been blowing. At the moment, it doesn't appear to be too crazy. And in the dirt, nice stop there by Cloutier. Cloutier had an excellent first game behind the plate, saved any number of wild pitches, had a couple of putouts at the plate. Very impressed. Oh, there's a pop up to short. And Miller gathers it in. So the Raptors, after giving up a triple to Berman, don't allow her to score. That's a good job there by Dollar and the defense. So the Raptors keep them off the board. We played a half an inning, and we're scoreless. So let's go ahead and set the lineup for the defensive lineup for Hagerstown. Brosius is going to start on the mound. Jones will be back at catcher, Gutteridge at first, Smith at second, Higgins at short, Laughlin third, Diebert in left, Berman in center, and Vermillion in right. And the Raptors leadoff hitter will be Cloutier, followed by Lynn and Miller.
Yeah, Cloutier had an outstanding first game of this doubleheader. So it makes sense to have her being like the leadoff hitter. Hopefully can get some momentum, get the team going, and get on base.
She was 3 for 3 in the opener, 2 singles and a triple. So again, both leadoff hitters for both teams did their jobs. And here comes Cloutier. She's a freshman. Again, she's from my partner's hometown of Durwood. Thriving downtown Durwood.
Down to maybe like, we have about maybe 3 buildings over 10 feet tall in Durwood. So yeah, it's thriving, but I wouldn't really call it a downtown.
I'm not even quite sure where
Durwood is like in between Rockville and Gaithersburg.
So it's like nestled in there somewhere.
Oh, it's like a real small kind of nook in there, right off of Mid-County Highway, Shady Grove Road.
Right.
Going further down as well.
And of course, a lot of Durwood feeds into Magruder High School.
Yes.
Which is where you and our batter, Cloutier, went to high school. You guys were.
She was homeschooled.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. She was homeschooled. Flores.
Partner
went
in
to,
crime.
Swung and missed. Catcher dropped the ball, but had easily threw her out at first. So Cloutier leads off with a strikeout, and that'll bring up Morgan Lynn. Lynn was hitless in the first game. However, She did in the fifth inning. She had a deep fly ball to left, which we actually thought might go out. The left fielder dropped it, so she got on via error, but she did drive in a run. Some of the players have put on an extra layer because let me tell you, folks, it may be April, but it's not fooling.
No. And if you know anything about Maryland, today is cold. Tomorrow will probably break a record for heat.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
There's a pop up. Foul territory, out of play. Both benches are fired up.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I like about softball and even baseball as well is the cheering and the chanting of the players and the teams. A lot of energy.
Outside. Savannah Brocious has pitched 50 innings this year.
Wow.
11 starts, 16 appearances. As is the case with a lot of softball teams at this level, there's really only generally 2 to 3 pitchers. And as you can see, it is a specialized motion. Of course, Brocious has the advantage of being a lefty.
Yeah, I noticed that. She's also a left-handed batter as well.
Exactly. So her pitch is coming at these hitters from a slightly different angle, and of course, she has now struck out the first 2 players that she has faced. That brings up Marisa Dollar.
Marisa Dollar. I'm sure she's hoping that her hit is money. I was waiting to do one of these. Something with the.
She was 0 for 3 in the first game. Versatile player, can play a lot of different positions. 1 ball, 1 strike. We are in game 2 of our doubleheader. First inning. Michael Brown alongside Andre Anderson. Hope you're all enjoying another beautiful MCTV broadcast. Andre, why don't you clue them in on where they can see this game?
Yes, so, well, if they're watching, I'm sure you were watching on YouTube. But if you want to send to a friend, you can do that. Hit the 3 dotted buttons, should be somewhere. Share, send it.
There's a pop single to right.
But yeah, you can also follow us on our other social media channels as well. At MCTV Social on Instagram, on X the same thing, on Facebook it is Montgomery College Television, and you'll be able to see a lot of award-winning videos, short form, long form, 9x16 reels, 16x9 cinematic videos, everything. It's a very great hit.
There's a sharp single into left by Blackwood. So all of a sudden, with 2 outs, the Raptors have something going.
And here's a great hit to the left-hand side. A lot of the hitters have been pulling their hits today. If you haven't noticed, a lot of them going to this left side, the gap in between the third baseman and the shortstop, and even like those loopers that kind of go right above and then in front of, once again.
There's another sharp one.
Same thing, and she is going home.
Coming home. And
there we go.
Score standing up.
Let's go.
So Dollar scores. Here's a good look as Asha Miller picks up the RBI on the single to left. And that brings up the first baseman, Flores. Flores was hitless in the first game. There's a base hit to center field. And that loads him up.
He jinxed her in a good way.
For once. I didn't jinx her.
What is he?
Flores' single loads him up for Acuna. Another solid single to center.
And MC's on a good roll right here.
This is all with 2 outs. 3 straight singles.
Oh, that was.
And
okay.
just rolls foul.
We'll take that.
So this is Acuna. Acuna had probably the best defensive play of the first game when she dove and came up with the ball on a little pop into short right field. So Brosius running into some trouble here after 2 quick outs. She's given up 3 straight singles. The Raptors have scored. I'm sorry, 4 straight singles. And they still have the bases loaded. There's another foul in the dirt. So the Raptors are swinging the bat.
Yeah, they're learning from the first game.
Strike 3. So Acuna goes down looking, but not before the Raptors jump out in front, pick up a run here. So after 1 complete, the Raptors on top, 1-0.
At Montgomery College, dedication has no end, and ambition knows no age. It's home to people like you, who see the blank pages in the book not as dreams deferred, but as chapters yet to be written, and who work tirelessly toward their goals, while being a mentor to others along the way. Discover your passion, unlock your potential, and become the author of their future too, at Montgomery College.
And welcome back. We are all set to get the second inning underway. Raptors on top, 1-0. And leading off for Hagerstown in the second will be Jones, the catcher. Jones was a real thorn in the Raptors' side in the first game. She was on base every time up. She walked 4 times and had a single.
She's very good at reading the pitches. Obviously, if you're able to be walked 4 times, that means you're able to kind of like, all right, let me judge this, let me judge that. And she has a good eye for the ball.
And she did a good job behind the plate as well. Oh, there's a pop-up foul, out of play. Just into the net. Chilly afternoon here. Wind has been a definite factor. Lying outside.
How cold are your toes right now, Michael?
Actually, I'm not too bad at the moment.
Oh. All right, well, let me not tell you how my toes are.
My hands are cold, but they're always cold.
Okay.
As my wife says, cold hands, warm heart.
I like that. What about cold feet?
That might be your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might need to go get that checked out.
High and tight. She swung at it and missed. Catcher dropped the ball but made the tag. So Jones leads off the second with a strikeout. That is the first time they've gotten her out all day.
They've learned from the first game.
And that brings up Skylar Smith. She walked twice and struck out 3 times in the first game. Played a solid second base, however. High. 2 balls and no strikes. Again, if you're just joining us and you're unfamiliar with the rules of women's college softball, the games are 7 innings. There is a mercy rule of 8 runs. And the first game was actually cut short by that mercy rule. And 0 in the count. Ooh. Switched positions as they want to do. So we have a new behind the plate umpire. Strike 2. So Dollar ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got 1 out. Man on first. Runner on first. Foul ball. Foul ball right at the plate. Dollar has got good speed.
And placement as well.
There's a pop up. And good catch there by the Raptors catcher, Coutier.
What a beast player. She is a great player.
She just takes control. She's in charge out there. The catcher really is kind of a position of authority. One of the most valuable positions on the field. Arguably maybe the most valuable.
And I would also say probably one of the most painful. With the, getting in that knee stance.
It's a tough position.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you're taking foul tips off your body. Your hands get pretty well beaten up behind there at times. Plus, you got to have a great arm. There's a lot. Oh, it found its way through there. That's what we'd call a seeing eye single. So Laughlin with a base hit. It just found the opening.
Right in the gap.
So that puts 2 on now and brings up Morris. I'm sorry, this is Brosius. pitcher. And Brosius had a 2-run double in the first game. And actually that was the key hit in terms of invoking the mercy rule. And it's low and outside. Brosius, one of the few sophomores on this team. Foul tip.
Yeah, there's only actually two sophomores, and everyone else is a freshman on Hagerstown.
She's another Pennsylvania product from Waynesboro. And that walk loads the bases. So with 2 outs, all of a sudden, Hagerstown has runners loading the bases. Sacks are full, and that brings up Higgins. Higgins was out on a fly ball the first time up. There's a pop up and drops.
Drops.
1 run scores. 2 runs score.
And just like that, Hagerstown is back on top.
Yep. So those runs come back to haunt them. I'm sorry, those walks come back to haunt them.
Yeah, getting everybody on base like that's never easy as a pitcher. You're kind of like feeling like you know your back's against the wall, and one little mistake can cause 2 or 3 people to score.
And that brings up Berman. Berman had a triple the first time up, but did not score. So after 2 are out, the Raptors give up 2 runs. Going outside. And they've relinquished the lead. There's a pop foul out of play. Berman, a tall player.
Another pop.
Pops it out of play again.
We Gucci, man. Hey, man, keep hitting it in. That's cool.
Dollar ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. 2 runs in. There's a ground ball to short. And no play. A little bit of a mental breakdown there.
Yeah, a bit of confusion.
I think she thought there was a runner on first.
Yeah, going to go to second, so she was going to step on the bag.
Right, and she looked to second, and that little look was all it took for Berman to beat it out. So that counts as an infield single. And another RBI.
Now it's 3-1.
Now it's 3-1. And there goes Berman. And basically uncontested with the runner on third. Smart play to put 2 runners in scoring position for Diebert. She lined out to first her first time up. Flores with the nice play.
Yeah.
And that low line drive down the line.
Okay.
So all of this has happened after 2 outs.
Dollar does have a chance right here to end the inning. 2 strikes are on the board, 2 outs. Does she have the money pitch?
Ooh. Oh. Fouled off. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. 3 in the inning for Hagerstown as they have taken the lead right back. Foul ball back. Dollar was sailing along, but the walks and a couple of timely hits have come back to haunt her.
Yeah, a lot of contact on the ball as well. I mean, even recently, a lot of these have been going as fouls or pop-up fouls, but the Hagerstown Hawks seem to have their eye on the – oh, and as I say that.
There's the strikeout. That's what she needed. So Diebert strikes out to end the inning, and but not before they score 3 to go up 3-1 after an inning and a half. Here's a good look at the Raptor huddle. And,
some strategy going on, trying to figure out what do we need to do defensively?
Yeah.
How do we need to hit? Where do we hit? These things are all being said. And the Raptors are keeping their head up after a tough first loss, but they're still really close in this game.
Yep. A lot of time to go.
Yep.
There's head coach Rick Iacino. In his first year as head coach, he was an assistant here for several years prior to taking over as the head coach. His daughter Allie is one of his assistants. Allie, a former star from Montgomery College. And his wife Dawn is keeping score.
There we go.
It's an Iacino family project.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Love it.
That's awesome. I mean, that's what, Montgomery College is a family feel. It's a community school. And once you're a Raptor, you're always a Raptor, so you're part of the family.
There you go. That brings up Francesca Wigan-Lash. She was hitless in the first game. And she hits a pop-up into short left, and it drops.
She told you, Michael. She said, hitless in the first game, I'm going to change that.
We're going to change that, and she did.
Great hit.
So Wigan-Nash on with the leadoff single, and that brings up Famata Zoker. Famata Zoker, the center fielder in this game. She played shortstop in the opener. And it's a foul. She fouls off a bunt. Famata is a Watkins Hill, a Watkins.
Great person to be up right now.
Good opportunity for the Raptors to cut into that lead. Runner on third, just one out.
Oh.
There's a pop-up, deep to center. That should score a run, and it does. So sac fly to center for Cloutier. And Wigan-Lash scores.
first baseman, then the ball is basically thrown at their toes or, you know, like their knees, because you got to get real low, and that hop is virtually impossible.
Yep. So she is on by an error. And that brings up Jones. Jones struck out her first time up. Good look at Marisa Dollar. Strike. Ball, one strike. Top of the third. Foul off to the left side. Gutteridge is on first.
Oh, and there is a what animal is that?
There is an animal.
Oh my! Groundhog.
That's a groundhog out in center field.
Okay. What is the difference between a groundhog and a gopher?
A groundhog is bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're generally pretty afraid. So.
Okay. And my last question, is this the same groundhog that tells us if it's spring or what is it? If spring or winter comes first?
Oh, you mean Puxatawny Phil?
Yeah. Is this
We can
Phil?
only hope that Puxatawny Phil has escaped and will never return, because frankly, I think it's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, that groundhog thing.
It was definitely a famous ground. I mean,
it was a great movie, however.
Oh, it was a movie?
Yeah. Oh, you never saw Groundhog Day? With
no.
Bill Murray?
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. You got to go home and watch that.
Okay. Is it on Netflix?
It's a great movie. Oh, there's a hard single into left.
It's on Netflix. Anybody can give me their password in the comment section of this live stream, please.
So Jones with a hard hit single to left. And that'll bring up Smith. But Groundhog Day, it's a great movie. It's one of Bill Murray's best.
Okay, so I am currently seeing that you can watch it on YouTube TV for $4. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I bet it's free.
I don't
on
get paid
Netflix.
till Friday.
I bet it's free on Netflix.
It's on Amazon Prime? Okay.
Might be free on Prime.
Okay. I could do free.
There's a strike.
Way to fire, 1-6. Way to fire.
Smith, she walked and scored her first time up. There she strikes out.
That was a great pitch.
Got one.
And she needed that one with runners on first and second and nobody out. So that was a big strikeout. And that brings up Laughlin. Laughlin had a single her first time up and scored. Pop up on the right side. Acuna gathers it in.
She really does a great job covering all the space over there.
She really does. Covers a lot of ground.
Way to fire, 1-6. Way to fire.
Oh,
Right.
Good pitch.
Diebert.
pop up again.
Out of play.
Oh, my God.
So that's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Grounder right back to Dollar.
Perfect.
Easy play at first, and Dollar does a real nice job of getting out of trouble there. and doesn't allow a run after putting a couple of runners on. So good job there by Dollar.
Yeah, that was a very good defensive
Some
play.
clutch pitching there.
Mm-hmm.
So we've played 2.5 now, and Hagerstown on top 3-2. So we're going to keep it right here. Good look at Montgomery College softball field, as well as get a little bit of a look at the Performing Arts Center there, directly over the left field wall. And I guess that's the Science Center there, right?
Straight ahead. Yep.
In right center.
Yep.
And then the art building is over there behind the scoreboard,
Yeah.
along with part of the physical education complex.
Yeah. Okay. So you still know your way around it, even though you retired a couple years ago.
And look at that. Over the left field foul pole, we have part of the new soccer
Yeah, there you go.
complex down there.
Yeah, the new soccer complex, which I would know nothing about, as when I was here,
No.
it was probably as much dirt as this baseball field.
Oh, I remember those days.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so leading off is Dollar. Appropriately, did an excellent job pitching last inning. And
Ooh,
she
and
starts
a
it off with
great
a
hit.
first pitch hitting and another single. That's her second hit of the day, of the game. She singled and scored her first time up. That brings up Blackwood. She had a single the first time up. As the Raptors strung together 4 straight hits in the first inning to grab the lead. There's a pop-up. Second baseman Smith has it.
Good job by Dollar to stay kind of on the base, knowing that that was probably going to be out so she didn't get tagged.
Heads up play. That brings up Miller. And Miller had a single to left and an RBI her first time up. Asha Miller, starting pitcher in the first game for the Raptors.
Whoa!
She hits a fly ball to left. Left fielder gathers it in, and the runner cannot tag and go. So 1 pitch, 1 out there, and that brings up Flores. Flores had a base hit to center field her first time up. She grounds it to third, throw to first, in time for the out. So a quick half inning. So after a leadoff single by Dollar, it's 1, 2, 3, and the Raptors come up empty. So after 3 complete, the Raptors trailing 3-2.
MC is defined by those who put in the work.
The paths we took have been unique, but we come together with one shared mission.
If you are the first in your family to graduate, if you speak more than 1 language, if you are more than 50 years old, a military service member, an honor student, if you are a parent, please stand up and say, I am MC.
We don't just begin to be inspired by them after graduation. They've been inspiring us every step of the way.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Once again, Michael Brown alongside my partner, Andre Anderson. We're all set to start the 4th inning. And Marisa Dollar still out on the mound, and she's facing Savannah Brocious, her opposing starting pitcher. Brocious walked her first time up. And there's a little bloop. Single falls into left center. So leads off the inning with a single. And that'll bring up Higgins. Higgins has been trouble all day long. Ooh, takes it outside.
Good read.
We'll see if Hagerstown wants to do some running here with Brocious on first. There's a bunt. They're going to have to go to first. They get the out at first. She's trying for third.
Oh!
And she's safe.
That was a great effort, though.
So Brocious just never stopped. She just kept on going.
You're seeing right here the bunt attempt. Throwing the ball to third right here, and she had to full out dive to get to third. But that's the effort that is needed at this level, to win. And that's exactly what she's giving. Got her on third base.
It's a good effort by Lynn, the third baseman for the Raptors, but that was just heads-up base running by Brocious. And that brings up Diebert. She's 1 for 2. I'm sorry, Berman. Berman is 2 for 2. Had a triple in the first and an infield single and an RBI in the second. So the Raptors have yet to get her out in this one. She's had a couple of hits in the first game as well. So she's been a thorn in the Raptors' side. There's a hard ground ball to short. Good play. Oh, couldn't dig it out of the dirt. And that's going to be a throwing error. And no RBI there for Berman. There's a pop-up, and it's fair. And that advances the runners. There's Diebert with a double.
Seems to be a momentum shift. MC was seeming to have the foot on the gas, but Hagerstown decided to swoop in there, use their talons, because they're the Hawks, and kind of take over the game.
That brings up Gutteridge. She's popped out, and she was safe on an error her last time up. So Hagerstown has put another run on the board. They're up 4-2 now, and runners on second and third. Nobody out. I'm sorry, one out. Guttridge with a chance to, she pops it up to second. Acuna has it. That was a big out.
It was, especially with runners on second and third.
And Jones coming up. Jones had a single the last time up. And like we said, she's been a thorn in the Raptors' side all day. They've only gotten her out once. And she lines one to left. It's in there. Gets by the left fielder. Here comes the second run. And there goes Jones into third with a triple. So Jones with a triple and 2 RBIs.
Yeah, she's been more like the whole thorn bush.
Yeah.
I mean, what a triple.
So a 2 RBI triple. And now all of a sudden it's 6-2. And that brings up Skylar Smith. Takes a strike. Smith has walked and struck out. Played a very solid second. it to out of play. So Jones got up there with 2 on and just swung at the first pitch, made great contact, and ended up at third base with a 2-run triple. There's a foul just out of the reach of Flores.
Crucial pitch. Looking to end.
Fouls it out of play. Dollar trying to cut this thing off. Limit the damage to 3. There's a fly ball to right. And good catch there by Francesca Wagon-Lash to end the inning. So, but not before Hagerstown puts 3 more on the board. And after 3.5 innings of play, they are on top 6-2. So the Raptors got to dig out of this hole, Andre.
Yep, another game, another hole they have to dig out of. I mean, it seems to me, as I'm watching, observing, they played the game pretty well. You know, they're smooth, they played well defensively, they hit the ball well, but it's just like those maybe 2 or 3 laps that end up happening in a row, you know? And then when that does happen, it's like a hit that turns into a double or a triple, and then another hit that does the same thing. And then after just 3 hits, it's like 3 runs or 4 runs just like that. So, I mean, maybe a little bit of mental lapses or so all at once that kind of put MC in these holes that they dig themselves. But it's still only a 4-run game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still anybody's ball game. We're not close to the mercy rule at this point.
Nope.
What I think what has hurt the Raptors a lot are the walks. They've also had a couple of errors this game that have hurt them. And so let's see what they can do. Acuna's up to lead things off here in the 4th for the Raptors. She struck out her first time up. Has played very well at second.
She has. Very well.
And Stan Abrosia still on the mound there's a fly ball to center, but it's pulled in. Well hit, but right at her. And Berman had no problem at all. That brings up Wagon-Nash, who had a nice catch to end the top of the inning. Out in right field. Takes it for a ball.
Yeah, it was a good eye right there. It was very high. Didn't need to swing.
Oh, excuse me, swing to third. Quick throw to first for the out. Kaylee Laughlin has played well at third today. It's a tough position. And that brings up Zoker. Pop foul, out of play. Zucker grounded out to second her first time up.
Another freshman on a, I would say, almost fairly balanced MC team. Half and half.
Zucker was hitless there's a line drive, but right at Smith at second. So that was a quick 1, 2, 3 innings. Zucker got good wood on it, or good metal on it.
Yeah.
But right at Smith at second for the third out. So that was a quick one. So after 4 complete, Raptors trailing 6-2.
At the crossroads of grit and determination, Montgomery College is home to those whose dedication doesn't rest, and those who don't believe in excuses. The kind of person who pulls the overnight shift, then heads right back to class. Those who know that it's not about the hours you put in, but what you put into the hours that transforms lives. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your full potential at Montgomery College.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside Andre Anderson for MCTV's production of NJCAA Women's College Softball. We're ready to start the fifth. Hagerstown on top, 6-2. There's a line drive single. And that is our friend Jones again. Or maybe not our friend, but
Yeah. One of our big enemies.
that's her third hit of the game. And Acuna, let's take a look at this. Acuna went down hard.
Lawlin with the hit.
She kind of fell awkwardly, almost like she fell on her wrist, but looks like she's all right. She's a tough one. And Alexis Jones, boy, you talk about being on base. And she's thinking about running. Jones comes in with a .426 on base percentage. Her batting average doesn't reflect what she's done today. There's a fly ball to deep left. Foul. Over the fence, but foul. And Vermillion thought she had a home run. But Alexis Jones has been on base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in the first game and 3 times in the second game.
Wow.
She's only made one out the entire. Oh, there's a
Oh,
grounded
double.
short.
Oh,
She got the force out at second, but did not throw it to first.
that's where Derek Jeter would have jumped, spun, and thrown the ball to first.
And we're going to take a look at that.
That was a great defensive
Nice
effort.
stop.
And
And
she got cut off.
Yeah, I think she was a little worried about the throw with the runner coming in on top of her,
Yeah.
perhaps. And that brings up Savannah Brosius. She's walked and had a single in this one. Of course, she's the starting pitcher. And the only lefty out there for either team. Fly ball to left, and it drops in there in no man's land. So Vermillion moves to second, and Brosius with her second hit of the game. Had a double and 2 RBIs in the first game. And now we're back to the top of the order, and Higgins. Higgins is 0 for 2 in the second game. Flew out to center and grounded out to the pitcher. And an excellent first game. Gets that one in the air to center. Zoker gathers it in for the out.
Good out, good read. She's everywhere kind of in the outfield. A lot of speed on her as well. Zoker covers a lot of ground.
And that'll bring up Berman. Berman's had a triple, a single, and she got on via a throwing error. So she's 2 for 3, but she's been on base every time up. Fly, foul ball out of play. In case you joined us, just joining us, Raptors dropped the opener 12-4 to Hagerstown. They're trailing 6-2 here in the second game. We're in the 5th inning. Berman with a ground ball single into right. Let's see if they send the runner.
And another one.
Another run scores. Berman. She's been a tough out today for the Raptors.
Yeah, kind of no matter what pitch is thrown her way, she just seems to be able to make contact and get on base.
That's her second RBI of the game. Had 2 RBIs in the first game. She goes to second. Raptors did not bother with her.
No, she was already, and she had her mind made up. She was stealing for sure.
And that's a common thing in softball. So that brings up Diebert. Her last time up, she had a double to left. Takes it outside. Ooh,
yeah, it's like that.
Called a strike.
Painted the corner right there.
7-2. The Raptors have got to watch that this one doesn't get away. There is 2 outs, but there's 2 runners in scoring position. And this is a crucial. I see this as a crucial moment in the game. If these 2 runs score, that's going to be a heck of a hole for the Raptors to try to dig out of. Here's a grounder off the glove. 1 run will score. Here comes another runner. Berman with great speed scores. So that will be an error, and it allows 2 runs to score. So those runs are unearned, but they count. And that brings up Gutteridge.
Wow. That was an incredible grab. I don't know if you saw that or not, but I mean, have it so fast, I almost missed it. And check out this instant replay.
Here we go. Yep. Ooh, nice play there by Lynn at third base, Morgan Lynn.
Yeah, great play.
To end the inning and cut off that Hagerstown rally that looked like it was going to keep going. They were hitting the ball.
Yeah, that inning needed the Band-Aid at the end. That last catch kind of helped them out a lot. So 9-2 is the score.
9-2 is the score. We're heading in the bottom of the 5th. And Hagerstown is quite loose out there.
Yeah, they're having a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing so they don't feel the cold, and they aren't suffering, well, actually, let me not talk too much. We're in the booth. We're in the booth. Let me not.
No, none of them look like they're cold. And, of course, they're young, and they're in great shape, and, they're playing ball, so they're not really thinking about the cold.
No. Especially when you're winning. You're not worried about that.
Cloutier to lead it off for the Raptors. She had a sac fly and an RBI her last time up. Struck out in the first. And takes it looked like a changeup.
Yeah, that was an odd, not odd, but different type of pitch.
Definitely took something off of it. And another ball. So Cloutier up ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. And she gets a good piece of it. Flies it to left, but Diebert is right there to gather it in for the out. So one up, one down for the Raptors, and that brings up Lynn, who made the great play at third base to end the top half of the fifth. Morgan Lynn. Got the benches cheering. She gets a good piece of that one, knocks it into left, and it falls in for a base hit.
Great hit. Call that a blooper, right?
That is a blooper. Can of corn.
Can of corn. Not really a corn guy, to be honest.
Little Texas leaguer, they would call that.
Okay, there we go.
And that brings up Dollar. Fouls back the first pitch. Dollar has two singles, 2 for 2. Scored a run. Trying to help herself out here. The ball.
And a steal.
Attempted steal, and she's in there.
Ooh.
I think her coach wanted her to come to third, but Lynn had slid in, so it would have been tough.
She almost actually got hit by the ball.
Yeah, I think it may have grazed her helmet, which is why they wear helmets on base.
Yes.
There's a line shot foul down the right field line. One out. Bottom of the fifth. Raptors need some runs. They're still looking for their first win of the season. Hagerstown broke a losing streak by winning the opener. There's a ground ball right up the middle into the outfield. Here comes Lynn around third. She'll score easily as Dollar with a RBI single.
Great way to get a, there's a replay right here. Great hit. In between the shortstop and the second baseman. A run is in. Very good by MC. Just build on it.
And that brings up Blackwood. She fouls it back. So Dollar on first. It's now 9-3. Brooke Blackwood is also from Clarksburg. She's a freshman. Takes it outside. Dollar on first. Ooh, almost hit her. Over the, actually behind her head.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out if her helmet says crunch or crush.
Need a better pair of eyes than mine to figure that one out.
Mine too, I guess.
It's also stylized on there, so interesting font. There's a good look
There
at
we go.
it.
All right, we need Brad. You got some young eyes. What does that say?
And that's fouled back.
We missed it.
Look at Brosius, the starting pitcher for Hagerstown. She's done well. And that's outside, and Dollar Goes to second, almost made the turn and went to third.
She's thinking about it. Look at her smiling. She was like, oh, I wanted to go to third there.
But Jones was quick to get that wild pitch.
Ooh, big hit.
Pop up into left center. It falls. Dollar going to third. Safe. And so that's a base hit for Blackwood. Let's take a look at that.
Great hit.
And it just fell into no man's land. Berman almost got Dollar at third. That was pretty close. Berman alertly threw it to third as Dollar stretched it. And oh my goodness, they're going to throw to second. And she is out.
What a throw.
And they did not send the runner on third. Normally you might see that. So that kind of takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails there.
What throw by Jones?
Right on the button. There's a line drive and a home run. A home run for Miller. Asha Miller. 2-run homer.
Hey,
yeah, there's a good shot. Yep. Asha Miller goes deep. And that is her first home run of the season.
And let's look at the replay. A big hit.
And she knew it right from the start.
Yeah, it's that like slow trot that you kind of do watching.
Yep, she did. She watched it a little bit. Can't blame her. And all of a sudden, it's 9-5.
Yep, momentum.
And that brings up Flores. Asha Miller, the starting pitcher in the first game, didn't even get a chance. She's had quite a second game. That's her second. She had a RBI single in the first, and now a 2-run homer in the fifth. So all of a sudden, it's a 9-5 game. Raptors are not going quietly. Takes it outside. Rocius was sailing along pretty well. But the Raptors have had a good inning. There's a ground ball to short. She bobbles it. She's safe. We're going to give her an infield single on that one.
Oh yeah.
Ball was hit sharply.
Wait, what's happening?
Take another look at it.
Oh.
Not sure what's going on. What did we miss?
She stepped over the bag.
She turned the wrong way.
Oh.
She turned the wrong way when she went past first. She turned into fair territory instead of foul territory.
Wow.
And Hagerstown alertly tagged her out. Oh, that's a tough way to end a half inning.
Yeah.
So, but that had to be what happened. I'm not sure we really had that on camera, but that had to be what happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case.
She turned the wrong direction. On an infield hit like that, you need to turn into foul territory after you cross the base.
Basically saying like, all right, I made it now.
Yeah.
Let me.
We're going to take a look at it. Here we go. Here she goes, coming down the line. Let's see what she does. Yes.
Yeah, she like stays
She
in play.
turned into fair territory. She turned into fair territory, and you can't do that. I mean, it's like she's taking the lead. So, mental mistake. And Hagerstown leads it off with a double.
Yep, double by Jones.
Again, Jones has been a constant thorn in the side. I can't get over Alexis Jones. One-woman show. She had 4 hits in this game. 3 singles and a triple. Ooh. There's a pop, falls in. Jones goes to third. And Smith with her first hit of the afternoon. So a disappointing, back to the end of the 5th there for the Raptors. That was really a disappointing way for that inning to end, because the Raptors, she was safe at first base.
Yep.
If she had not turned in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So, and the Raptors really had something going. They had already put 3 on.
And then a big home run.
Yep. So the Raptors had some offensive momentum going there, and unfortunately, it came to an abrupt halt. So that brings up Laughlin. She bunts. Throw to first, not in time. Run scores. Jones scores. Runner advances to third. And so Laughlin on an error. A run scores. Jones scores. Who else? And that brings up Vermillion. And she lashes one to left. Deep. It's caught. The runner tags. Scores easily. Nice play by Diebert out there in left field. Been very solid out there. Here we go. Ball was well hit. Diebert went back, gathered it in, but the run was able to score easily.
Everyone's catching fire in this cold.
And that brings up Grosius. 11-5 now. So we're back into danger territory as far as the mercy rule goes. It's an 8-run differential. We're on the top of the 6th. There's a pop-up into foul territory. Lynn, nice catch for the out to cut off the inning, but not before Hagerstown puts 2 more on the board, and they're up 11-5 now after 5.5 innings of play. So the Raptors really need to get going here. Not sure what's going on. Oh, they've changed the scoreboard. Apparently, there's an error on the scoreboard. It's 10-5, not 11.
That is what I am hearing. Seeming to have a scoreboard malfunction, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not as close to the mercy situation as we thought, which is good for the Raptors, of course. So the actual score is 10-5. Hagerstown on top, and Acuna leads off for the Raptors. And she promptly pops it up to center field. One pitch, one out. So that brings up Wagon Nash. And foul ball. Tough pitch. The ball is 2 strikes on that, on Lash. Wagon Lash. Ground ball, that's going to be tough.
Got her.
But handled very nicely there by Smith.
Well, 2 quick outs.
2 very quick outs. And that brings up Zoker, who's hitless. Outside in the dirt. Can't say enough for the job that Jones has done, Alexis Jones has done today for Hagerstown.
She has done literally everything.
And played very well behind the plate. There's a pop-up to short and gathered in there for the 3rd out. So that was a quick 1, 2, 3 inning. And so after 6 complete, the Raptors trail 10-5. We'll be back with the top of the 7th after this.
At Montgomery College, dedication has no end, and ambition knows no age. It's home to people like you, who see the blank pages in the book not as dreams deferred, but as chapters yet to be written, and who work tirelessly toward their goals, while being a mentor to others along the way. Discover your passion, unlock your potential, and become the author of their future too, at Montgomery College.
All right, welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. We are all set to start the 7th inning, and what could be the final inning of today's game. Raptors trailing 10-5, and Marisa Dollar is still on the mound. Marisa has pitched well for the most part. She's had some rough at bats. Let's put it that way. Both teams have swung the bat well today, but Hagerstown's had the key hits.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, you are seeing as well, it's not just like one an inning. You mean 0-3, 0-3, 3. Like, they're putting in some runs one after another, building on their momentum, and MC has to find a way to stop that.
Well, they got to get it going now. They need to stop them right here and then put on a heck of a rally in the 7th. Higgins leading off. She's 0 for 3 in the 2nd game. Had an excellent 1st game. There's a bunt. That's going to be tough. Oh, Lynn with a nice play, but the throw was off mark. And
going to 3rd.
She is going all the way to 3rd. She never stopped.
She has speed.
She has good speed, and she just never stopped. She never slowed. So that is going to be a base hit and then a 2-base error.
Is that Higgins?
That is Higgins.
She leads the team in stolen bases, so she does have that speed.
There's a foul back by Berman. Berman has had an excellent second game. Been on every time up. Triple, 2 singles, an RBI, and then she got on by a throwing error. And she has really played well in center as well. She's missed nothing out there. Made everything look routine. And she pops it foul. So Higgins on third, nobody out. Raptors really cannot afford to give up anything more if they want to have a hope of catching up here in the bottom of the 7th. Mercy rule is basically off the table at this point. It's an 8-run differential, and we're in the last inning. Unless, of course, the Raptors could come back to tie it.
You never know.
There's a ground ball. That's going to score a run. And she dropped it. She tagged her but dropped the ball. So that is an error. No RBI. But Higgins gets a run scored. And that brings up Diebert. She got a double, and then the last time up, she had got on an error and 2 runs scored. There goes Berman, who has excellent speed.
I think she's stolen a base like every time she's at least gotten a first.
Yeah, she came into the game with 7 steals, or into the afternoon with 7 steals. So she's had at least 3 more. There's a line drive single to center. Berman she held a third. As Diebert with a shot up the middle. And that'll bring up Gutteridge. Gutteridge is looking for her first hit in the second game. And Diebert just coasts into second, uncontested. So 2 runners in scoring position here for Gutteridge. And guess who's on deck?
Let me guess.
That would be Jones.
Yes.
The thorn in the side of the Raptors.
At this point, off the Thorns, I mean, oh my goodness. Hitting, and she's stealing bases, playing great defense.
Sharp foul down the third baseline by Gutteridge. Just a little out ahead of that one. Otherwise, 2 more runs would have scored because that ball was hit. And she lost her. So that's a walk. And
oh,
now
wait.
What? What happened? They call a strike. Fouls it back. Nobody out. Runners on second and third, full count to Gutteridge. Top of the 7th inning. And a pop foul. Raptors have played well. I think there's a lot of good feeling around this program now with Rick Iacino as the head coach. There's a fly ball to center. Zoker makes the catch, and a runner tags. Oh, runner tagged at second, was hit by the throw. 1 run scores, and Diebert is in at third, apparently not injured by, she got hit in the back by the with a throw, trying to get her a third.
Wow. Yeah. Not me. If that was me, it would have been all over.
And this brings up Alexis Jones. All she's done in this game is single, 2-run triple, another single, and a double. So should she hit a home run,
Go for the cycle?
she would have the cycle. I have never seen a cycle live.
Oh.
And that's not going to do it. It's a pop up. Oh, but she gets new life. As Flores just couldn't come up with it. And the last person you want to give another life to at bat is
Jones.
Alexis Jones. She's all over that one. Fouled it hard off to the left.
Oh.
Well, she's thinking cycle.
Yeah. She probably knows that's all she needs.
She may well know. 2 singles, a double, and a triple. She's already got the hard one, which is the triple. That's usually the hardest one to get.
Yeah.
Although a home run in this wind is no small feat. Oh my gosh.
Got her.
They picked her off.
Wow.
They picked her off. Cloutier alertly just threw out. Look at this. Look at this throw. Boom.
Wow.
And the runner was just caught asleep.
And a strikeout.
And a strikeout of Jones. So that's a unique way to end the inning. That is for sure. And what looked like it was going to get real ugly there. The Raptors get out of that one with limited damage. With Jones up there looking for the cycle, all of a sudden you get a runner picked off third as Cloutier alertly just fired it down to third base.
And it looks like she is coming up to the plate.
And you got to give Lynn credit too there at third for the Raptors. Morgan Lynn being alert. You have to be alert. Your third baseman has to be alert there.
Yep.
So because the runner was really had not strayed all that far off the base.
Yeah. That was very impressive.
They just completely surprised the runner with that play. So that's the Raptors may end up losing this doubleheader, but I tell you what, they've looked pretty good.
They have, and they fought hard today.
They fought hard. I like the spirit on this team. I like the way that Rick Iacino is handling this team. I think the future is bright.
It is, and I was actually reading something in the outstanding bio that she put together. And where is it? See, now I can't even find it. So many good notes. Oh yeah, I highlighted that he is a player's coach. I can't even see it on mine. See it on yours.
Yeah.
Player's coach, and he relates to players and treats them with respect. I think that is outstanding. And I mean, as a player, a former player, when I hear things like that is a coach that I want to play for.
Cloutier leads off the third inning, or the seventh inning with a triple. Sends it all the way to the wall, almost got the home run, and just kept on chugging. Stand-up triple.
Oh, another.
There's a shot it's going to fall in. Cloutier is going to score. And Lynn alertly takes second.
There we go. It's a great start to this inning, or to the bottom of the inning.
Hey, do not count this Raptors team out. That brings up Dollar. Got a runner in scoring position, nobody out. Marisa Dollar has 3 hits in this game. Fly ball to right, it drops in there. Go for extra bases. Here comes Lynn, and Dollar in with a triple.
Wow. Look at that.
There is 0 quit in this Raptors team. That much I can tell you. 0 quit. And the spirit over there on the bench is really something to see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even when they were in the first game down, 6, 7, they were still cheering, chanting, hyping their teammates up. That is what you want to see in a team, and that shows great chemistry. Oh, and
there's a shot up the middle. That's going to score another run. Blackwood with a line drive single to center field. And all of a sudden, things are getting a little interesting here on Rockville campus. There's still nobody out. Runner on first. And the lead is down to 4. So this is, we could be really in for something here.
Yeah, I mean, it seems that, it seems defensively there's a little bit of, there's some holes in the Raptors defense, but hitting-wise, they can hit the ball.
They are hitting the ball, and they're hitting it sharply.
Another
one to right. It's in there, off the fence. And Blackwood had to hold up because she thought the ball might be caught, but she made it all the way around to third.
Wow.
Go, 2 3s, keep it going.
Wow.
12-8, that brings up Flores. Let's see if Flores can keep it going. Still nobody out. There's a line drive single to right. Blackwood comes in to score. And Flores, and I'll tell you what, there haven't been any cheap hits this inning. They are hitting it right on the label.
Wow, this is impressive.
That brings up Acuna. It's now 12-9. Foul ball in the dirt. Still nobody out. Getting dark.
It is. I was also noticing. I was like, wait, did the lights turn on in the booth? I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. It must turn on automatically or something. Still nobody out. That's outside. Roche is throwing a lot of pitches.
Yeah. She can. She may be getting tired.
Everybody hits.
And whoa! There's a ball hit to the left. Left fielder over, makes the catch. Runner tags.
Safe.
Save at third. So that turns into a sac fly. Here it comes. Ooh, that was close.
Very close.
But she had to tag her.
Yeah, and great balance to stay on the bag.
Hagerstown head coach is, I guess, arguing that call at third. I guess that's what this is about. Or are they saying that she tagged up too early and left the base too early? That's probably what they're arguing. Because she was clearly safe at third. All right, that brings up Wagon Lash. She had a single her first time up today. Another one right here would be huge.
All right, steady, 1-1, let's go.
Lead is down to 3. Just one out. Runners on second and third. Outside in the dirt, almost got away, but again, Jones has done an excellent job blocking pitches behind the plate for Hagerstown. A bit high and a little bit inside.
Base runner.
3 balls, no strikes. Raptors would love nothing better than for Wagon Lash to get on base. That's going to be ball 4. So she walks. That brings up Zoker. She's hitless. And this is the potential winning run here has come to the plate. And swings and misses. So the tying run is on first. The go-ahead run is at the plate. The sacks are full. They have just one out.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Oh, strike 2. Top of the order coming up. Tier on deck. There's a ground ball, run scores.
Wow.
Everybody's safe.
Oh, here we go.
Everybody's safe.
And here we go. Cloutier is up to bat.
And let's take a look. And there was just nothing she could do with it. She kept it in the infield, which probably saved another run.
All right, here we go.
And there it is. Fly ball to left. Oh. It was a foul ball, and she couldn't catch it.
Wow. Here we go. Coutier's waiting for this. Oh.
Pop up.
All right, forward, what do you say, son?
That's 2 outs.
So 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom of the 7th.
And Lynn is up. Lynn had a double her last time up in this inning. Grounder to third, steps on third, and that is it.
Oh, wow. That was a great fight, though.
So the Raptors rally, what a rally. I tell you what, you got to give them a lot of credit.
Can we clap?
I tell you what, they were down, and they scored 5 runs in the bottom of the inning and had the bases loaded and just about pulled off a heck of a comeback.
Yeah, they cannot have their heads down. I mean,
No.
they should be smiling.
No.
They should be feeling like no matter how many runs they're down by, they could possibly come back because they have a lot of fight in this team.
There is not an ounce of quit in this team. I love what I'm seeing. I love the spirit. I love the athleticism. And I tell you what, this program is only going to go up from here. I just have a really good feeling about the foundation that they are laying here for MC Women's Soccer, as we softball, as we get a good look at the Raptors out there. There should not be any head hanging out there.
No,
because
no.
this team played hard, they played well, and boy, I'll tell you what, they put a scare into Hagerstown there.
They did
in the last inning.
They did. I mean, they might be a little more upset than the Raptors after giving up all those runs in the last inning.
So this is really something to build on for the Raptors softball program. You got to love to see it. For everybody on the Montgomery College television crew, I want to thank everybody for your expertise and your hard work. I want to thank my partner, Andre Anderson, everybody here in the booth for all your help. For Andre Anderson, I'm Michael Brown for Montgomery College Television. Thanks so much for watching Raptors Softball on MCTV.